Welcome everybody to awe-inspiring Sao Paulo, Brazil for SFT 22, the return for breast cancer awareness. We are absolutely in store for what promises to be some outstanding fights in the cage. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside longtime UFC veteran Billy Quarantillo. All female fights tonight.
Today's fight card is dedicated to, raising awareness for breast cancer, just a horrible disease that, a lot of people have to face.
As SFT is doing huge things in Brazil. Number one show in Brazil. Let's talk a little bit about that Extreme matchup. Now, SFT Extreme, it's an MMA fight that doesn't go to the ground. You still have the small gloves, but it's all striking. And it's much shorter rounds. The referees are encouraging constant action. And tonight we have one of those fights on the card. Bianca Saddlemeyer will be stepping into the cage to face Florencia La Leona Greco in the Extreme fight. Greco is from Argentina, and Saddlemeyer's from Brazil. These two countries have a long and storied history and a long and storied rivalry.
SFT, they're kind of groundbreaking with this style of, letting them fight right in the, the MMA fights. I think we're starting to get ready now with match one over here pretty soon.
Bianca Saddlemeyer versus Florencia La Leona Greco in an Extreme matchup. Stepping into the venue here in beautiful Sao Paulo, Brazil, Florencia La Leona Greco got a black belt in Muay Thai, a black belt in kickboxing. She is from the country of Argentina, so there's a little extra tension, a little extra motivation, a little extra incentive.
Yeah, and look at her stats. 8 consecutive victories, 3 victories coming by knockout. And, when you hear 115-pound ladies, that's impressive. 3 victories by knockout, Muay Thai black belt and kickboxing black belt. Bianca Saddlemeyer, she's 12-3, fighting Florencia Greco, who's 22-6. So Bianca coming in here with the Muay Thai black belt, a kickboxing brown belt. She's also coming off 6 consecutive victories, 2 by knockouts, and she's never been knocked out. This is going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be a violent fight, going to be very aggressive. With both ladies, they're going to do whatever it takes to win this fight.
In this Extreme fight, in the SFT Extreme, you cannot go to the ground. It's essentially MMA, stand up, same gloves, same rules. You can utilize Muay Thai, you can utilize kickboxing, but you just cannot go to the ground with the jiu-jitsu.
I'm expecting, just a 9-minute war here between, 2 high-level strikers.
Like you said, look at that record, 12-3 versus 22-6. Both young fighters, 24 and 26. Height advantage definitely is gonna go to Greco, but other than that, it looks pretty close. She's got a reach advantage of 3 inches as well, so she might want to be, fighting this Extreme matchup at distance. This should be a good one, Billy. 3 rounds of stand-up war between 2 elite strikers. Oh my goodness, they're getting their final instructions from the referee here. There you see that height advantage. See that height advantage that Saddlemeyer is going to have to give up against Greco.
Exactly. Yeah, and man, you can feel the intensity in here.
Yep, Greco on the right-hand side of your screen. Saddlemeyer now on the left-hand side of your screen.
Yeah,
oh, beautiful right hand there from Greco.
And they're off and swinging right away like we thought.
Here we go. Oh my goodness! Straight left hand, Billy.
Wow,
the left hand
they're
jab
coming at it right away.
Saddlemeyer stuck that in Greco's face.
It says they're both really good with the low kick. They're both using them so far to get started.
Yeah, and you can see the switch too. They know how to get that Muay Thai hip into that inside leg kick, too, for maximum damage. Look at this. Yeah. Look at the Muay Thai plum. Yeah, you can already see the increased Muay Thai experience. Oh, that left hand is finding a home.
Yeah,
it's just a simple jab, Billy.
Yeah, Bianca's got that look in her eye. She's looking for the knockout right away.
Oh, my goodness. Saddlemeyer is stepping into the pocket, letting, oh, the nice right hand from Greco.
Just an absolute barn burner of a fight, which we expected here.
Stop! Fight!
Beautiful trading here, the knees. Not much defense in terms of checking kicks. They're just stepping in and trading kicks.
Yep, and what we heard about their low kicks, both low kicks are looking good. Saddlemeyer's is looking a little more aggressive right now.
Greco's in a little bit of trouble here, Billy.
Yep. She's pinned up against the cage. Saddlemeyer looking for the kill.
Greco's got some damage on the left cheekbone. Hard to tell. It's below the eye. It shouldn't have any vision issues.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell she's wearing that damage coming in from Saddlemeyer. She's throwing hard. You can tell. Greco's seeing. You can see it all over Greco's face. She's wearing it.
Yeah, Saddlemeyer's getting more on her punches. She's doing more damage. Pop. Yep, a little more pop.
Little more pop, and neither girl's really taking off. They're both throwing with bad intentions.
Nice teep kick there from Greco, keeping Saddlemeyer honest.
Yeah, nice leg kick again by Saddlemeyer.
And the Brazilian's giving us, hey!
Yeah, what a fight. And the Argentinian, she's still very much in this fight. They are trading right now. And we're going to see if cardio becomes an issue, because both these girls, such a high intensity, one of them might start slowing down soon.
Beautiful first round there for Saddlemeyer.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I guess.
Thought I heard
now
a bell.
It's stopped. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I heard a bell too. Maybe there was
I did too. I heard a bell.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, there's maybe the timekeeper inadvertently jacked that bell a little bit early. The referee looked like he may have said, no, you got 10 more seconds to go. But look at this action from early in the round, Billy.
Non-stop action from these straw weights, and that's what they bring to the table. Non-stop with the leg kicks. We heard about them, and it looks like they're trying to prove a point. Who's the better kicker?
Well, I'm scratching down a 10-9 in round one for Saddlemeyer on that one.
Yeah, we're going to have to score it the same. She was a little bit more aggressive. Her punches just seemed to do a little bit more damage, a little more pop in them. But, Greco is still in this fight. Going into the second round, going into the third round, we're going to see who has the better conditioning.
What a round. Here we go, round two.
Cracking each other. What a round, round one.
Nice deep kick there from Greco.
Yeah, they're feeling each other out a little bit, but you can tell things are about to pop off.
The teep kick's working for Greco. It's kept Saddlemeyer honest a couple times. Now Saddlemeyer says, you take one.
Yeah. Really, Greco's really kick heavy, where I think Saddlemeyer is doing a better job mixing in punches too.
I agree. Better combinations from Saddlemeyer. Yeah, she has more weapons.
Yeah, those
much
hooks,
better
man,
puncher.
You can tell that she's doing damage. Non-stop, relentless action from Saddlemeyer. This ref's having a hard time breaking them up.
Back to the center of the cage they go. Greco's trying to get her way back into this. She's trying to fight. She's trying to give everything she has, but Saddlemeyer a little bit too much, especially when Saddlemeyer closes the distance, steps into the pocket, lets her hands go. Greco has no answer.
Yep, they're standing right here and trading. And Greco's doing what she can. She's throwing a lot of kicks. I think she needs to get a little more aggressive with her hands. I think Bianca's doing a good job mixing her hands in, kind of bullying her a little bit at this point in the fight.
Minute and 40 seconds left to go here in round number two. Hard to believe that was just, a minute and 10 seconds? That was, it felt like a full round. There was so much action.
This pace is insane. If you notice, though, they're throwing nonstop, but Greco's throwing a lot more lead kicks, where Saddlemeyer, she's throwing bombs still. Her hands are really being aggressive. She's taking over in this fight right now, and a lot of it has to do with those punches. She's throwing hard punches, and she's backing she's backing Greco up with that. She's doing a really good job with that striking.
Yeah, you know, the teep kick is a weapon for Greco, but it's not enough. She needs more weapons because you're right. Saddlemeyer's walking in. Saddlemeyer does not respect the power of Greco's hands.
Yeah, Greco's just kind of snapping off strikes, and Saddlemeyer's sitting down and really using her power. And you can tell they're hitting at a little bit different speeds. And it looks like Saddlemeyer's doing a good job controlling this fight, through 2 rounds right now.
Yeah, it's the all-important technique, isn't it, Billy? Like you said the perfect word there. Saddlemeyer's sitting down on her punches. She's just getting more torque. She's getting more hip. She's getting more power on her punches. She's just damaging Greco.
Greco's seeing, you can see it all over Greco's face. She's wearing it.
Yeah, Saddlemeyer's getting more on her punches.
It was a heated Brazil versus Argentina. Whatever
you
it
can
is,
tell.
And it's interesting. One of our Brazilian commentators, he's Argentinian. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
Oh my
Greco is
goodness!
definitely wearing
Nasty
it now.
hematoma.
Wow.
She's getting the J-check type of hematoma on her forehead. Holy smokes!
You can see the intensity. When they walk to the ring, it seemed like the intensity in the whole arena kind of picked up a little bit. And this fight has been nonstop fireworks so far.
It's crazy. They didn't touch gloves at the beginning of the fight. I'm sure you guys saw that. It's the first ever extreme fight between countries. Both want to go home with a victory.
Wow, she's a mess right now.
Oh, she's wearing it. She's wearing it.
Wow, and look at the intensity in her eyes still. Wow, this is reminiscent of Rory McDonald.
Jesus, oh my God.
Totally. And here they go.
Women give us always the best fights. Like you put an extreme fight with girls, and you're gonna have
so much emotion. There's so much emotion going into this. I met a casual fan the other day, and I was saying we were watching the fights, and he was asking, "Is there any girl fights?" And there's a huge crowd that just love watching these girls go at it.
They
beautiful left hand there from Saddlemeyer. Saddlemeyer now with the Muay Thai plum.
Yeah, still throwing with good intensity.
Saddlemeyer's mixing it up. She's mixing it up better than Greco is.
Saddlemeyer, she's 2 wives.
Beautiful left hook.
She's married to a guy who has 2 wives. There's 2 fighters, 2 women, married to the same guy. It's a threesome. So, must be interesting at home when they get into quarrel.
That's an interesting fact.
And the corner, if you can hear him screaming, the Brazilian guy, so that's the husband.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Greco just tagged Saddlemeyer just a few seconds ago.
Yeah,
and
rocked her mouthpiece out right there almost.
Yeah, Saddlemeyer now is taking a little wind out of her sails a little bit.
Yeah, we were wondering if she would start slowing down a little bit. Is it going to be too little, too late? She went super hard in the first 2 rounds. It looks like she's still smiling, having fun in there. But anything could still happen in this 3rd round.
Just a little over a minute to go for Greco to try to pull this thing out. She's definitely behind on the cards. She's trying to walk Saddlemeyer down now.
And how tough is she? Look at her face right now. And she's acting like it's the first round, still throwing her techniques. You can tell she's very technically sound. She just doesn't have a lot of power, and she's just not matching Saddlemeyer's power. But technique-wise, they both super high-level Muay Thai.
Yeah, absolutely. I love how Greco has stuck with what was working, which was the kicks. The teep kicks were working. She didn't bail on them, and it's starting to pay dividends now. She worked the legs of Saddlemeyer a little bit. But I don't know. Like you said, Billy, maybe just too little too late. She probably has to stop Saddlemeyer at this point.
Yep, 25 seconds left. Saddlemeyer hasn't let off since the opening bell. Non-stop action, and I think she's coasting to a unanimous decision. But good for her for still looking for the finish. And, credit to Greco for still being in this fight and still landing.
Fight! 10 segundos! Stop! Fight! You know, the ref Almendra, he's by far the best ref in the country. And you can see that he's got, I can say, the eye of the tiger. This guy doesn't miss a beat. He won this guy.
Yeah, you can tell.
Because you know he's not going to mess up.
He had his hands full with these ladies.
And you saw that long hug that both of these strawweights gave each other. Mutual respect.
Minutos, os juízes pontuaram 30-26, 30-27 e 30-27, declarando a vencedora por decisão unânime, Bianca Satelmaia.
So if my Portuguese holds steady, it was 30-26 from the majority of the judges there. You can see David Hudson giving her some love there, much deserved. And there, Saddlemeyer with the essentially like lifting weights. That trophy's so big.
Yeah.
Incorporate that into your training.
Yeah, that is just an amazing trophy. I've never won a trophy. You know, I've had 31 fights. I've never won a trophy that big. So hats off to David Hudson for giving these ladies some cool hardware for their troubles today.
Absolutely. Talita Denise, just 18 years old. She's got a brown belt in kickboxing. She's got a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. She's 3-1. All three of her wins come by KO.
Yeah, only 18 years old, and to have that type of pedigree at only 18, so impressive. We're joined now by the owner, David Hudson. Dave, how's it going, man?
Wow, what a fight, that extreme fight. That was something really special. But you know, Talita Denise didn't make weight, and Claudia and Talita's managers didn't come to an agreement. And so the fight fell through, and we found out afterwards that Claudia, she fought in an organization 2 weeks ago, so we've cut her from SFT, and we were able to salvage the fight. We got Papi Zika, as you see her here, she's walking in, to join last minute and do an extreme fight with Talita instead of an MMA fight. And you know, they're pretty much similar in experience. As you can see, 3-0 for Tati. She's coming from obviously 3 wins, all by KOs. Talita Denise 3-1. So it should be a good fight.
Yes, it's been a strange time for all of us, and you know, I'm sure a lot of people are at home watching this, thankful for you and thankful for these fighters that are entertaining us right now.
This is an extreme fight, and all you need to know about that is 3-minute rounds, much smaller gloves, 4-ounce gloves. Essentially, you're looking at MMA with no ground game. It's been extremely popular. SFT is going to be putting a lot of resources behind the Extreme brand. So it's Talita Denise versus Dachi Sika.
You know, we have an all-women's card here, and Shoriana, she's one of the best refs in Brazil. She's going to be refereeing this fight, and she's also be refereeing the final fight for the belt.
Awesome. So we have an all-female card, and we have female referees. The sport has come such a long way.
Denise was kind of walking Sika down, but now Sika pushes the action back to the center of the cage, which is, I think, where she wants to be. You don't want to be pushed up against the cage with a striker like Denise.
Yep,
Denise in the black trunks.
Oh,
Sika in the pink. Sika ate that right hand.
Nice. Yeah, I was saying they were feeling each other out at first, but then they got right to it. I'm sure they don't know too much about each other on short notice, but they're getting after it and they're cracking now. Here we go, back to feeling each other out. Nice, good counter straight right by Zika.
This fight usually turn out to be very bloody.
Yes, these ones usually do, huh? Yeah, with these small gloves, even now watching Muay Thai fights, you're always like, it'd be cool to watch with these small gloves. So this is a great new thing that you guys are doing.
Yeah, Sika working.
We're thinking of changing the rules up a little bit. We're thinking about introducing elbowing to this. We're going to do an event in January. We're going to add the elbowing. Right now, we can't do the elbowing, but we're going to try to do an event with the elbowing and see how that goes. People,
yeah, I think people will like it. You know, they want to watch the striking, the Muay Thai fighting, you know, with all the strikes. So I think the elbows would be nice too.
Oh,
nice
boy, Toledo gets a
nice to
right
give
hand.
MMA without the floor game, you know?
Yeah, these girls are going at it. She's hurt.
Down
and what is that? It
looks
like it's going to be at least a standing 8 count here.
Yeah, she ate that big overhand right, guys, and she did not like that. That sat her down, and she will get the standing 8 count. She's okay.
So she was able to survive that at the end of the round there. Real good start for Denise right there. Oh, there we go. There's the end of the round. And here's the replay coming up.
Awkward right hand there from Sika. But nice back fist there from Sika, kind of like a hammer fist.
Yeah, she used that well. Round 2 coming up, and we'll see if Zeke can get
taking
back
a 10-8, you know, taking a 10-8 round is better than getting knocked out. So if it was a strategy, it was a good one. Exactly. Mm-hmm. She can work her way back in now. Big overhand right there, missing though. She's got to close the distance. She looked like she came up a little short on that one.
Yeah. And
Toledo now like walking her down again.
Yeah, she looks a little more nice combo there.
Yeah, that's been the pattern. Toledo walking Sika down into the cage, and Sika finally has enough and pushes her back to the center. That's where she wants to be.
Yes, the cage control definitely going to Toledo. She's doing a real good job, you know, keeping the center of the cage, and she's basically refusing to back up, you know. Nice leg kick there.
Don't know how much ground game Sika has, but she might want to explore some ground time with Toledo if the stand-up doesn't pan out for her.
Well, they changed the rules of this, so it was going to be an MMA fight, but now it's an extreme fight.
That's right. It's
so
extreme.
It's
Sorry.
She's got no choice, Jay. She's got no choice, brother.
Oh, man, that's nasty.
She's eating some shots there. Right when we said that, Toledo started picking her apart. You know, and that's what I've always said about MMA, which I love about it. You know, it's a chess match of, you know, if you are losing on the feet, you can mix it up and take her down. But a lot of people want to prove themselves that they're the better striker. So this works out great for a lot of people.
Toledo seems to be enjoying not having to worry about the takedown. She's able to walk Sika down, and that's a distinct advantage, as you said. She's able to come forward without really. She's kind of disregarding Sika at this point. Sika's got to get her respect. Sika's got to make some connections. If she doesn't get her respect, she's just going to keep walking her down. It's going to be a long night for Sika.
Absolutely, and it looks like she got hurt with that one of those body shots there. She's kind of becoming a punching bag, so she needs to do something to get the respect and just to interrupt those combos, because the way she's fighting, Toledo could do this, all night long, just moving in and out and landing her shots.
Right, exactly. And then the more she does that, the more confidence she gets. And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that just gets worse and worse and worse as the night goes on. Now, like you say, she's got to interrupt the pattern. She's got to do something drastic, fake a takedown, just clinch, get in, close the distance. She's kind of at the worst point you want to be in. She's at the end of Toledo's punches. So she either wants to close the distance or get out of dodge. But, just to sit there and take this beating like this is, it's not very productive.
Yep, she's definitely going to be down 2 rounds when this round ends. We don't know what type of shape she was in coming into this fight. So, hats off for her for taking the fight. She still has a chance to win the fight. But just right now, it looks like she's been getting outclassed these first 2 rounds.
So, all the credit in the world to Sika for taking the fight on short notice. But she's going to have to get some different advice in her in-between round adjustments here, in between 2 and 3 here. What would those adjustments be if you were in Sika's corner?
Yeah, she's just got to be more aggressive. She might not be able to find her openings, but she's got to start moving forward, and she can't back straight up because she's getting picked apart on the side. So I would tell her more movement side to side, and she's got to be aggressive coming forward. She basically needs to throw something with some power on it so she can get the respect of Toledo.
third and final round. And keep in mind, these extreme rounds are only 3 minutes long. It does not go to the ground, much to Sika's dismay. Third and final round, and Sika has dug herself a little bit of a hole here. Do you think she has to stop Toledo in order to win this fight?
Yeah, I think so. It would have been the first round was definitely closer than the second round, but just going off of body language, she doesn't look like she has the same type of energy. They look like they're in two different points of the fight, and I'm expecting a Toledo to start taking over here a little bit.
Yeah, you just saw that combination. Toledo's not content with the decision. She's going for the finish. That was a nasty combination. She needed to close the distance just a little more effectively, and Sika might have been out of there. She already hurt her. She already sat her down earlier in the fight, so she knows she can connect. Might as well just close the distance now. Sita's not giving her much.
Yeah, I would like to see her. I would like to see her setting up those right leg kicks a little better. She's throwing a lot of those right leg kicks blindly, and Zika's actually getting some confidence checking those kicks. She's starting to get some confidence checking those. So I'd like to see Toledo mix it up a little bit. But again, she's 18 years old. It's easier said than done.
If you just tuned in, you are watching SFT 22. All females on the card tonight. This will be a great one. Plenty more fights to come. This is for breast cancer awareness, coming to you from the delightful city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. I'm Jay Adams, alongside longtime UFC veteran Billy Quarantillo. Thank you for joining us. And you are watching an extreme fight right now at 135. That's the bantamweight. It's been all Toledo Denise. Sika trying to answer the riddle that is Talise.
Yeah, it's been a good fight. It just hasn't been as competitive. Both girls are trying as hard as they can. Unfortunately, Zika not really having a lot of experience. I think it would have been a lot closer if she had a little bit more time to get ready. But again, hats off for her for stepping up and taking this fight. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no losers in that mentality.
Yeah, and she's shown some good conditioning here coming in on such short notice. She's been able to go all 3 rounds without really gassing. She's not been able to match the skill sets of Denise, but she's not gassing, and so huge credit to her for that.
Yeah, credit for that, and don't let the 3-minute round make it seem like it's a quicker, easier round. I've done a Muay Thai fight and a boxing match before, and when you're just throwing punches and kicks nonstop, especially in the spotlight, you start getting really, really tired really fast. And if you're not in good shape for it, you're really gonna notice it. But man, can't say enough about how good Toledo Denise looks. She's throwing punches till the end here, throwing combos. 18 years old. She's got a super bright future ahead of her if she keeps this up.
Yeah, I agree 100%. She could be sitting on the lead here and getting on her bike and not taking chances. But instead of doing that, even though she had piled up a big lead, she still kept stepping into the pocket and taking chances because you can get clipped. You step in the pocket like that, you can get clipped. Let's make it official, cage side.
Após 3 rounds de 3 minutos, os juízes pontuaram 30-26, 30-26 e 30-26, declarando a vencedora por decisão unânime, Thalita Diniz.
So Toledo Denise makes a big splash at 135 right in front of the big man. There's 2 big men in there right now. There's Dave Hudson and there's Super David Hudson in there too. Big Dave. So she impressed both of them tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, and very impressive performance. 18 years old, not even close to her prime yet. Hopefully she's at a good team and they can keep doing all the right stuff with her and bring her up the right way.
You got Pilastri, 5 consecutive wins, 3 victories by knockout, current Shudo Brazil champion, number 11 pound for pound at Tapology, number 1 in Brazil in that recommendation coming from MMA Premium, versus Jessica Cunha, another stud, 8-2, just 25 years old. And here's the big one, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So she must have started very young.
It's 2 girls coming in with a lot of experience and 2 totally different styles too. So one's more of a striker, one's more of a grappler. and that always makes things exciting with whose strategy pays off more.
So we'll just talk about Nata, Jessica Cunha here, who you were saying, Billy, has that outstanding record of 8-2. She is making her SFT debut here tonight as you see her stepping into the venue with Big Dave. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, and she's got 6 consecutive victories. 3 of those are by submission and 2 are by knockouts. She's the number 7 strawweight according to MMA Premium, and she is ranked number 8 in the SFT currently in the strawweight division.
Yep. So this is just what an incredible matchup. You look at it just on paper, just off the record alone, 7-2 versus 8-2, which David was telling us that both of these losses came early in their career. So for me, stylistically, we got Cunha, who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, 6 consecutive victories. She's 25 years old, so she's a couple of years older. She's got that really strong grappling game, but she's also got a couple knockouts. And then we got Polarity, and she's just what you were saying. She's just super powerful. She's a very good striker. So stylistically, a very different stylistic matchup, and a lot of times that proves to be a very exciting fight. Who could do better in the other person's game? Who can avoid allowing their opponent to get to their strategy. And I think this is going to be a really interesting one. And a lot on the line here because, Dave's watching this fight very closely. The winner of this fight could definitely be fighting for that strawweight title next.
Man, both of these 115-pounders look powerful.
Everyone is in good shape for that beach weather, and these two athletes, I'm sure, are in good shape for other reasons. This is going to be a good one, I think, at 115.
Pilastri on the right-hand side of your screen has the blue gloves. Now on the right-hand side of your screen, Cunha. Cunha has the red gloves. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the straw weight division.
Right away, you see a lot of movement by Cunha, basically, circling well, southpaw stance, hands up, looking like she has some pretty good power.
Nice right hand there from Cunha. Cunha making her debut here at SFT tonight, her SFT debut. She has that standing record of 8-2.
Yep, and she's the jiu-jitsu black belt, but she looks pretty comfortable on the feet too. I wouldn't be surprised if she had a good, striking background. She doesn't look like she's in much of a rush to get this fight to the ground, and that's like what we were talking about earlier. Most of these athletes now are pretty good at anywhere the fight goes. They feel comfortable, striking, even though that they're really good on the ground too.
Yeah, it's always brutal to watch someone who only has jits because they have that desperate takedown where they kind of bum rush their opponent. They can't even set up the takedown because they don't have any hands, and they kind of bum rush. And a lot of times they'll eat a knee or eat a punch on the way in, and you just feel bad for them. It's like you've got to be big right hand there from
not
Cunha.
The case
she
here.
rocked.
Cunha landed her big. And now coming right back. And if you notice, Cunha went right for the takedown, probably, instinctually. Even though she had her rock, she went for the takedown, and then she got rocked on her own. So good back and forth fight right now.
Now Pilastri's power that we were talking about, able to press Cunha up against the cage. This will be an interesting test right here. This will tell us a lot about whether Pilastri will be able to impose her game plan on Cunha.
And you were right. Both these girls are very strong at 115. 115 pounds, man. It's come a long way.
Think about that.
Division has come a long way.
It really. I mean, the training, the nutrition, the knowledge goes global really fast. It's a relatively small community, and you guys all talk to each other, and there's so many threads and so many platforms, and so if there's a nutrition biohack, you guys all take it up really fast because you're so elite. The margin for error and the margin of difference is very small. So you make one little tweak and it can make the difference in a fight. Like I look at you and Tucker coming up, man, and it's going to be the small things for you guys because you're so evenly matched.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be a lot goes into it. And you see now, Kuna was doing, she got pinned up against the cage. She couldn't find a way off, but she's making the most of it, getting, back on the feet. She's letting those hands go. Big
yeah, I'll tell you, Pilastri's going to get some head movement, Billy.
Yeah.
She's walking in with her chin up and her hands down, and she's eating those punches.
Yeah, and we were saying Kuna's probably better on the ground. She looked comfortable on the feet. She's letting those hands go. She's getting tagged now and then too, but she looks like she's got some good power and some good combinations. They're just trading.
I tell you,
Kuna's going for that big takedown, and she gets it.
Good time to do it.
Reshoot. And Kuna looks like she's got the more energy right now. She just shot in twice, really working for that takedown. This is probably a position she feels pretty comfortable in, even though she is eating some elbows.
Pilastri trying to make that wide base, looking for an underhook, but I like how she's punishing Cunha with the elbows.
Yeah, not giving up that easy takedown to the black belt. And using that cage really well to kind of keep herself up. And she's making Cunha work. So, if I'm Cunha, I'm going to try to reset here and go back to strikes. She's really sticking with that takedown. It could pay off for her, but she could also wear out a lot of her energy.
And she's slipping up high, too. She had a nice deep approach.
Man, she's getting nice hit there.
She is. She had a nice deep single leg, Billy, but now she's sliding up. Great defense from Pilastri, and like you say, this could really wear Cunha out.
Yeah, and Pulaski's doing the right thing. She's not getting, overzealous, and she's not giving up an easy takedown. She's just letting her, kind of wear her energy, and she's staying on her feet. Oh, she did grab the cage there, but she's doing a good job, keeping this fight on her feet and making Cunha use a lot of her energy there.
If you just tuned in, you're watching SFT 22, The Return for Breast Cancer Awareness. I'm Jay Adams alongside longtime UFC veteran Billy Portillo. Here's action from earlier on, Billy.
Yeah, good back and forth striking match right now. We were expecting Cunha to try to take this fight to the ground a little bit sooner, but her striking looked pretty good. And she did a good job, landing her strikes, keeping the fight, on the feet. Great first round, and this is going to be an exciting round 2 coming out. We're going to see who makes the better adjustments here and who's able to take over this fight. Very, very, very close round 1. Sometimes it's not supposed to be like this, but sometimes at the end the judges seem to remember what happened right at the end. So I think that could have won it, but I could be wrong. So this could be either way right now.
Yeah, they call it steal a round. See if you can steal the round.
Yeah.
The last 10 or 15 seconds the judges see. See if you can steal that round. You see Pilastri, man, her adjustments are probably we need more aggression.
Yeah.
You see her trying to walk Cunha down. She's trying to walk her down.
And I think that's smart, and I think she's going to be able to do that because Cunha does, she showed in the first round, she doesn't mind wasting a lot of her energy going for the takedown. And if her opponent can make her work like this, she could definitely take over.
Now Julia taking her back, and Jessica's going to have to try to hand fight here. And what is the defense right now if you're Jessica Cunha?
Well, first I'm fighting the hands, and then I'm trying to get my back to the wall. If you notice now, she's looking for an underhook, kind of a Kimura grip. She did a good job getting free there. And my guess is she's going to want to grapple again, but Pulaski's doing a good job kind of keeping her off there and even doing well in the grappling exchanges.
Yeah, Pilastri clearly got the note, the memo in between round 1 and 2 that I need more aggression. They think she's stronger than Cunha and has better hands, and that's what they want to see is those combinations.
Yeah, and it looks like she's got a little bit more energy. I think Cunha used a lot of that energy going for those takedowns in the first round, and she looks like she's starting to slow down a little bit. This pace is hard to keep for 3 rounds. It's hard to keep that intensity of shooting in and wrestling for 3 rounds, and it looks like she's starting to get tired now. If Pilastri's smart, she's going to be able to take over here.
Yeah, Pilastri's starting to turn the tide. You can feel it. It's a momentum. And you can feel it. It's very slight. It's very subtle, but Cunha's slowing down.
Yep, you can see in their body language, a little bit of movement.
Yep. Pilastri's leaning forward. She's walking forward.
Yep.
It's like Cunha's trying to catch her breath or shake off a kick.
Yeah, trying to regain some of that energy from all those shots. Comes back with a good counter there. Oh, nice kick.
Yeah, this is Pilastri's game. Picking her apart at distance.
And you can tell she's getting some confidence, seeing that Cunha's getting a little bit tired. Let's see if she can defend this takedown. Again, this is taking a lot of energy. Yep, Cunha's wasting a lot of energy here. I think this is going to be a bad position for her if she ends up on the bottom.
Plastri's got she's got that face totally exposed. She let it 3 or 4 hard rights go.
Mm-hmm. She's in a little bit of an awkward position here, but if Pilastri ends up on top, I think this is going to be bad news for Cunha, who's already showed and she's starting to get a little more tired.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of jiu-jitsu information on Pilastri, which usually
but she
means
looks
she has
comfortable.
Yeah, despite the fact that it was hard to find any data on it, it looks like she has rolled.
No, yeah, there's no doubt about that because she is with a black belt right now, and you can tell she doesn't look super nervous to be there. So she doesn't look, she's a well-rounded grappler. You can tell too. She definitely rolls in her gym just by her top game right here. You don't just do that against a black belt unless you have some experience.
You can see Cunha's got the left foot. Yeah, strategically positioned.
Yeah, that left foot, it's not doing much though. It's not a great position. You can really tell Cunha this right now. I don't really think this is a disadvantage with the grappling. I think it was she wore herself out going for all those takedowns, and now she's paying for it.
Oh,
because,
nasty elbows there from Pilastri. Oh, and now the back. Cunha giving up the back. Pilastri's going for the choke. Oh, this is trouble for Cunha.
Got the
trouble for Cunha. That's over.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Super
Julia
impressive.
Pilastri finishes off the black belt on the ground.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
What a performance by her. She weathered an early storm by Cunha, defended the takedowns the best she could, and then, at that time where most fighters get tired, a couple minutes into that second round, she was able to completely take over, get a dominant position, and get the finish.
Pilastri here, as you said, had turned the tide. You had called it. You saw Cunha slowing down, and you saw Pilastri starting to move forward, and she was starting to walk Cunha down, and then she was letting her hands go, and Cunha, despite a bunch of single leg attempts, double leg attempts, she couldn't get the takedowns she needed when she needed them.
Yeah, great, well-rounded performance by Pilastri.
A árbitra interrompeu o combate aos 4 minutos 18 segundos do primeiro round, declarando a vencedora por finalização com um mata-leão, Julia Pilastri.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she's excited.
And I know she can lift that. I know she can lift that trophy.
Yeah, she could probably lift up everyone in that cage right now. And,
even Big Dave. Even Big Dave.
Reasons to be excited. 22 years old. She came in. We knew she had good striking. She's never been knocked out before. I didn't say anything about her grappling, but she took over and she just submitted a very good black belt grappler. So that's a huge feather in the cap for Julia Pilastri.
Pilastri, to keep herself training, to keep the money flowing, to be able to keep training, sells chocolate truffles on the trains in the suburb of Rio de Janeiro, a way that she found to keep training. Apparently it's not kosher because she got caught a couple times, but she keeps doing it because that's the only way she can keep training, and that's how dedicated she is. I think David is thrilled with that last fight. He seems to be very pleased with what he saw.
Yeah, he's all fired up. We're all fired up.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.